Good day, good afternoon, or good evening. It all depends on where you are in the world. How y'all doing? I'm VBeautiful. Give yourselves a hug and a kiss. And let's share it out to the audience as well as to me. I want to feel some of that care too. Know that y'all there. Okay, this is another video on just my thoughts of things. And I'm sure a lot of y'all may feel the same way or have thought some of the same things. And I'd like to know if y'all have. Just share it out with me once you hear my views. Okay. Now, the title of this little thing here is Fear of Commitment, but Committed to Fear. Already starting out deep, right, y'all? Okay. All right, now, y'all know I got my little notes, because when I write my notes, when things come to me, they flow so quickly, and I can't keep up with them. So I'm just gonna do what I can, what was captured, and not in the negative sense of capture. What was captured on my heart and mind. So fear of commitment, but committed to fear. I think a lot of us haven't thought about it, but we have been put in fearful states, starting from childhood. And but I'm gonna bypass that because I have another video sitting in my archives that I haven't even gotten out yet about childhood traumas. So, all right. So these are things that we have attached to ourselves, or that we have allowed to be attached to us through our own thoughts, and also by outside influences all around us, even your relatives. So this is a string that we have attached to ourselves, and it's a list of just verbs or adverbs. What is that? Okay, it's just a list of words. Okay, so I'm gonna start with shame, guilt, abandonment, gluttony and greed, superficiality, jealousy, selfishness, egoism, stubbornness, deception, betrayal, non-committal, pride, false sense of security, self-doubt, emotional instability, unaccountability for self, playing oneself, fear-driven, delusional, closed, cold heart, restricted feelings, unfaithful, disloyal, manipulative, weakness, blinded by consequences, arrogant, immature, mentally bound, competitive, impulsive, vengeful, spiteful, rejected, controlling, hurtful, self-absorbed, frightened, child, unavailable emotionally, fearful, cowardly. And that's only a small half a drop in a bucket that we have some of these strings attached to ourselves. And a lot of times what we do is, if we have not begun to heal from hurtful places or even from helpful places in us, imagine your body with all these strings hanging on you with these labels. And and these things are projected out onto others. No self-reflection, because you're afraid of what you may see in that mirror. And so that's why it is fear-driven. So one would not know how to commit to oneself until they analyze a lot of things that's going on with them. Truth analyzation, genuine analyzation, see what it is, know what it is. And sometimes you may not know, because you may have grown up in a family that may have been dysfunctional, or a whole neighborhood or community of people that have been dysfunctional. And so it's hard to see what healthiness or wholeness or healing looks like. And so sometimes you got to come outside that environment, or sometimes spirit may turn on something in you that make you see outside of that environment what you're in. This is what we may call epiphanies. So the idea is to start, once we start to peel back these things that have lived in us, among us, and have been our expressions, or things that we expressed unaware or even aware to others. It's time for us to start cutting these non-beneficial strings out of our lives. Because in order for us to receive what we say is love, that thing we secretly crave, to manifest in our lives, in order to do that, we have to remove a lot of these things, because those things have become clutter in our hearts and our minds and our energies, period. So even cut out these delusions. So, a lot of people don't know, and this is not for the ones who do know or are aware, that some of us get one chance on love or in love. Some of us don't. And some people may get many chances in love. But they don't receive it. Because what they do is they think that it's like they become invincible to thinking that love is just going to keep showing up for them, and they don't have to show up for it. So you get all these beautiful people that may come in your life, want to express love to you, and you reject each one of them. Each one different, but love is showing up the same way in each one. But because you have become greedy and needy for attention, you bypass them. You dismiss them as if they're something insignificant, when they're really someone put there in your life to open up what you crave for, what you've been asking for secretly in your heart chambers. And so love comes to us again as a blessing. And when I use the word bliss, that's another word for total happiness or happiness. So if you take the word, if you really look at the word blessing or blessings, is one word, one letter removed, E to I. So you got your blessings or your blessings. So I removed that E. because I know what that means. If you look up at the word etymologically, what it means, the etymon of bless is not such a pretty word that we use a lot. And we use it a lot and get the same thing of what it actually means. We be suffered and smothered, but not by goodness and beauty, but by a lot of dark, heavy energies. So when these blessings come to us and we don't show appreciation, it's like we're throwing it away. Because we're seeking better and better and better. Some of us are seeking better. Well, what can I get? Oh, that's good. Let me go to the next one. Let me go to the next one. No, let me go to the next one. And then as you're dismissing or throwing away what you were blessed with, taken for granted, not giving true acknowledgement or appreciation for it, you keep throwing it away. Next thing you know, after all that throwing away and dismissing of those lovely, beautiful people that you could have shared some blissful moments with, there's no more coming. You done used up your blessings. Not one is to be found around you. So after you finish peeing and doodling on those beautiful spirits that came around you to share and open their hearts with your heart and their minds with your mind, now you're bitter. You become bitter and think that, why hasn't love come to you? Well, it did come. You didn't want to see it. But you did see it. You just dismissed it. Took it for granted. Now, it may or may never come to you again in this lifetime. And that'll be your many losses. Or when it comes to someone one time and they throw it away, that's their one loss. It may not show up again. Or it may. Love does what it wants to do. Expresses on who it may feel needs to feel that energy or that power. That may feel that, they're in need of this. So let me land on their hearts. Let me open it up. Even though it exists in all of us, there are some of us that may need it more because of the strings that we have attached to us, or that we have allowed to be attached to us. So, just another video on some of my viewpoints. And I would love for you to join in this conversation. And let me know what you think about what I've said. And again, the title is Fear of Commitment, but Committed to Fear. We make a lot of things hard for ourselves because we like to hold on to things that have passed. But because we hold on to them, they still existed. They still live in us. They still live in us. We never truly let them go. And so that's the bondage that we put ourselves in. The enslavement of emotions that we never let go of. And that's the only way you can release your bitterness, your anger, your misunderstandings, and know that you are loved. You are definitely loved. Otherwise, you wouldn't be drawing people to you. Or we wouldn't be drawing people to us. We're definitely loved. So there's no mistake in that. there's always somebody just going to be drawn to us. Whether we fail to acknowledge it, that's on us. But one thing we got to do is let go of these fears. And y'all know fear is an anagram. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who do know, just a reminder. Fear is an anagram for false evidence appearing real. So y'all have to pick apart that just for yourself to really let it resound in you deeply, to really, really know what it means to have false evidence appearing real. Just like illusions and delusions that we have allowed to take over our lives, and we live in them each and every day, aware, unaware. And for those of you who have these breakthroughs, oh, it's a beautiful feeling to know that you're no longer in bondage to words of self-doubt, self-destruction, insecurities, betrayal to self, distrusting self. Once you can dismiss all these things about yourself and pardon yourself, ain't no need to beat yourself up either, because we're all learning, and we all supposed to be some type of comfort for one another. But we gotta comfort ourselves first. As always, self come first. That's your selfish comfort. That's a positive selfishness that's necessary for your own sustainment. So don't let people say to you, well, you're being selfish. Selfish can be used, as I said in another video a couple years back, can be used positively or negatively. Now, I did hear somebody say that, and that inspired me to keep that. When I hear inspiring things, I keep it. Because I feel like we're here to inspire and be inspired by our mere aspirations to learn and live and enjoy each other, our planet, the animals. Because the thing is, we can't be worried about why somebody doesn't get something, because in nature, which we are a big reflection of, I'm going to use the flower world. All flowers don't open at the same time, and some flowers don't open at all. So people are like flowers to me. Some will open, some won't, and some gonna blossom before others do. They're the ones that become the examples to follow or not to follow. And again, this is a choice that we all have. So know that love loves all of us, and it's up to you to tap into it and open up your heart and your minds to want to express it. Don't allow fear to be your master and you a slave. You want to really enjoy life, open up, be vulnerable. And if you're afraid, there's someone that'll hold your hand if you only allow it. So, with that said, enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, or evening. Thank you for keeping me company on VBeautiful. And come join me again with another video.